and my as we okay, so we moved into our house past second day. Praise God, and it's I got to give y'all all the praise because it's more than enough space. Um, we had needed an extra bedroom. We got an extra bedroom. Everybody has more than enough space in the room. We got a basement. I mean, we just have so much space, more than enough to accommodate all of us and our two dogs. And so I had to give praise to y'all for that. But the other key to it was sometimes you can see things that everybody else can't see. And like my husband kept wanting to bring people on board to help us move. And I kept telling him, like, right now, the budget is tight. You really don't have it to try to pay this person and pay that person. We got these two strong young men in the household, and you got two strong women, young woman and a woman. We can do this. We can do this all together. So he kept wanting to get somebody else to help. And I was like, so I had to push forward with action. So he came home last week and the two young men took and they done broke that, had the house broke. My young one, I call him my engineer because he's real, like my father was real good with building things. And so I naturally learned how to work with my hands real good so I could fix up things and build things. And then now my youngest, now he's blessed. So where he's able to, he can fix up things and real things or whatnot. And so he had broke down the bunk bed and the kitchen dining table and the little other tables. And by the time my husband came home, we had 80% of the house broken down, packed away, and ready. And my husband was just so in the shock. He kept looking. He said, "How did y'all do it?" He just kept looking at us like, "How much y'all done did?" And I kept saying, "I tried to tell you, I tried to tell you." That's what I like to say. I tried to tell you, but praise God too, And so I just had to give thanks for that because at his age, I didn't know how to break down tables and stuff like that. I was drawing, but him, he has a strong interest in building things and just doing things with his hands. Like he had time, he was like 5, and and trucks and things like that. And he had this little monster truck, and it just went straight and forward. Well, he broke it down, rebuilt it, and when he rebuilt it, it went straight forward, left, right, had hydraulics, and he did all type of little stuff to the truck. So I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna have to. So I encourage when I teach my kids, I encourage them based on their interest, and so it keeps elevating and elevating to where I got to teach myself before I can teach him. But I had to praise God because I see the. I know what I want to say, but I can't do that. I see the. That's the strength. Yeah, okay, I say that. I see the strength and I see the blessings that y'all have blessed me with. But it helped. It helped, and in the end, it was longer. It took a little longer for us to move into our home, but we got it done together. And for me, that was a great lesson. Great save money. So hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
That's it.
Yes, recognizing his talent. Because everybody had one. Just is it always posted? Is it always brought out? Because each one of the children has different talents. But it's recognizing the talents and even in building, period. It's recognizing what everybody brings to the table and then fostering that and then using it all together. Using it all together. As the brother was saying that, or asking the question earlier, and the mate, do you want somebody that is opposite, completely opposite of you or like you? And because the old saying is opposites attract. But opposites don't attract. They just there together. Give you case in point. Where there's good, there's evil. Where there's light, there's darkness. They coexist, but they do not attract. That's why they call opposites. Root word to oppose. Oppose means to go against. So you don't want somebody, as he said, that's a misnomer. You don't want somebody to find somebody that's opposite of you. In the scriptures, they never found somebody, they never went searching for somebody that was opposite of them. If that's the case, children of Israel could have married all the nations around them. Because they was opposite of them. They go get one of them women. They completely opposite of you. They don't serve. They don't seek to serve. They don't serve. Y'all go get one of them. You'll be fine. You'll be happy the rest of your life. Nah. You went and you sought somebody that was similar to you. That was similar to you. If not exactly similar to you, they could at least see where you at and say, hey, you know, this is something I can get behind. But you saw somebody that was similar. Because opposites, you just gonna coexist. And I tell you now, coexisting ain't the road to blissfulness. You see, you there, they there. That's it. You want somebody similar to you, so that you can build. So that you can build. But in speaking in that similar, being similar to you, and that's why I say similar, and speaking to that, it's not that it's opposite. And that's what maybe they was just wording it wrong. Not that the person is opposite of you, but you look for people, when you look for somebody similar to you, you also look for their talents. Because now what you're looking for is they might have talents that you don't have. And in that point, you're not opposite. They just endowed with something, a gift that you are not endowed with. It's not that we opposite. They just have something that they can bring that I don't have. I brought greens to the buffet. They brought turkey and dressing. But it ain't that we opposite. We've just bought different things to make the buffet appealing to everybody. But that's still good. We still could, and we still on the same page. And you brought bookkeeping. And you put the two together with your understanding of, hey, I got this side of it, you got that side of it, and you blend them together. Now that thing can take off. Because I might not understand bookkeeping with all my trying to do it. Man, I just can't get this. But now, my woman, she understands bookkeeping. Hey, you have the books. You take the books. There you go. But you have to be on the same page. There has to be similarity, continuity. There has to be that there. When it's not, you will have to go opposite ways. So you don't look for the opposites, you're looking for the gifts. And you're looking for the similarity. See? We're looking for somebody. That's why he told us. That's why I like that. He said, we taking the fact out because everybody said serving. He said, okay, we taking the fact of serving y'all. We taking that out. Because see, that's why we still make the misguided mistake that we make. That is the first and foremost and paramount thing in relationship building is seeking Yah. But when you're seeking a mate, you got to find out that person. You got to find out that person. And what are their talents? And what are their talents? How do you deal with them? I got 4 children. I deal with them all the same, but I deal with them all differently. You say, what? He's the oldest. I deal with him differently. He's the oldest. Second one, I deal with him in a certain way. They all mine, but they all have their different experiences with me that make our relationships different kind of relation, even though they all my children. Like I said, the way I deal with my daughter, I don't deal with her like I deal with them. I don't toss her around, throw her over here, and pick her up and slam her down. I don't do all that with her. Like I do with them. Like I do with them. But they all know. They all know. That's daddy. That's daddy. Hallelujah. So we don't look for opposites. The opposites don't attract. We look for similarity, we look for commonality, and then we look for people's talents. You comment on that?
Why I say two can't walk together unless they
agree. I might never said the two can walk together and they disagree all the time. You say that? Yeah, y'all walk together, but you disagree all the time. Nah. Can't two walk together? That's right. Can't two walk together except they be agreed? Because even the thing about that is when they in disagreement, they're going to try to figure out a way to get back to agreeing. Because they don't like disagreeing. Being in that they don't like being there. So they're trying to figure out a way to get back to how do we agree?
So speaking of talents, giving all praise, the Almighty mentioned talent is that before I met my age, I never seen anybody passionate for driving, loving a stick. And when I was on that truck, we was in some serious snowstorms in the recesses of West Virginia, in the backwoods of Pennsylvania. But passion also gives you zeal and sense when you love something and getting out of some serious situations. Well, I know yesterday he was in West Virginia with no service, rain, but the Most High kept them safe. But all praise. I mean, we had been in Canada in Whiteout, but if it wasn't for the love of knowing what to do with the instrument you like, 13 feet and just being able to know when to downshift. And I had to look over him one day. I'm praying. I said, you really know what you're doing. And I said it because, like you said, passion. Like I said, my son was like that. Love to build, work with his hands. So he's a nuclear power inspector. That requires that you not one like it, your attention to detail. But the fact of being on that truck and cars running each other around us. But I had to look over and say, you know what you're doing. I have to say that, all praise is one thing to not care about what just having a passion for it. Now, interesting now, first time he had a car that's not a stick, but it is diesel. The truck is still there diesel, but he couldn't find a stick. But he likes stick. But It's his livelihood, but he just has a passion. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Yes. Yes. That's what. See.
But
That's
it
what.
got us out of some serious situation.
That's what we. That's what. Every life. That's why it's precious. See, every life is precious. And see, when you used to teach, and when people used to teach, that's how you gauge picking your students. So, real teachers wasn't concerned, just like the Most High. Real teachers wasn't concerned with the number of students and with the quality of the students. And what he did oftentimes is he looked in dealing with them, he looked and he did things to test them to see where their heart lay. And if they had what you refer to, it could be referred to many different things. If they had the passion, if they had that fire. See, a lot of times people will say, what makes this person successful versus this person? It ain't that they Superman or they this or they that. It's what's found deep down inside them that they drive on, and when they drive on it, they gone. They're driven. You know, not just for example, we look at the young man last week that did what he did. You know, setting the record. Now everybody giving the title of being the great, but like he said, you listen to it, he's driven. This is his passion, and so he knows his stuff. That's why when you look, you like, man, if you don't like him, you still like. You still like. Because he's dedicated and he knows his stuff. He knows his craft. And that's something that has to be found in you, cultivated. That's why I say you look at the children, you have to look at them and find and see, pay attention to them and cultivate. Now you have to cultivate that so that gift that's born in him, because they're born in him. But you can't look at the other child and say, well, is it in you? No, he has his own. And you have to cultivate that. But it's born in him. It's given from the Most High. You see? They picked me up and looked at me, the family, the sages, the old heads. They looked, told mama, hey, he'll be preaching. And nobody look at my brother say, yeah, he'll be preaching too. And my sister, yeah, they'll be preaching too. No, because my brother had different gifts, and he still got different gifts. And I was born with what I was born with. Now, they have to be cultivated. Let's go to Exodus. Let's go 35th chapter. Speakers, or it don't matter what it is. I tell people aside of how we know the Almighty may have viewed him for a certain thing, King was what King was because he was gifted with the ability to be a great orator. That's not something that, in all the schooling he went, that's not something he went to school and learned. That was something that was there from day one. Now, when he went to school, it just got cultivated. But the fact that he knew how to speak, knew how to draw on the word, knew how to pause, that was just something that was there. If he would have said A, B, C, D, E, F, if he would have just went through the alphabet, 1, 2, 3, he could have just spoke that people, ooh, hey, that was out of sight. Because that was just, and then the other things that was in him. Because the Almighty giveth gifts. He giveth gifts. Look what he says in Exodus, the 35th chapter. When he wanted them to build the tabernacle, the meeting tent. Creator says, verse 1. And Moses gathered all the congregation of the children of Israel together and said unto them, these are the words which Yahweh have commanded, that you should do them. That you should what? Do them. 6 days. Now look what he's starting off with now. Because there's a reason why scripture is always worded, why scripture is worded. Let's get the picture. He got Moses together, and he told Moses, get all the children of Israel together, and say unto them, these are the words which Yah had commanded that you should do. Now, what's the first thing he tells them they should do? 6 days, work shall be done. But on the 7th day, there shall be to you a what? A holy day. A Sabbath of rest to what? See, he didn't just say a Sabbath of rest. He said there should be a Sabbath of rest to Yahweh. In other words, what am I saying? See, one thing if he just said there should be a Sabbath of rest. Let me just sleep the day away. Because he said rest. He said cease. So let me just sleep the day away. Let me just stay in my bed and relax and keep my slippers on and my house gown on and my PJs on and just stay at home and just relax. Because this is a Sabbath of rest. Well, it is. But he said it is a Sabbath of rest to Yahweh. In other words, your rest is to cease from your normal activities and give yourself in rest to Yahweh. To rest in Yahweh. To seek Yahweh. That's your activity for that Sabbath day, that holy day. That's your activity. It's not to get all the sleep you missed all through the week because you stayed up too late partying. Whosoever, then he said, whosoever does work therein should be put to death. Then he said, you shall kindle no fire thereout your habitations upon the Sabbath day. And so Moses spoke unto the children of Israel, saying, this is the thing that Yah commanded, saying. Now, I want to see if somebody pick this out between these next 3 verses. Pick out something odd. He said, this is the thing which Yah commanded, saying, take ye from among you an offering unto Yah. Whosoever is of a willing heart, let him bring it. An offering of Yahweh, of gold, silver, brass, and blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine linen, and goat hairs. And I'm going to stop right there. Did anybody pick out something?
You have to bring
A willing heart that you have to bring. An offering.
He has to bring
It's commanded.
those together.
Very good. But here's what I want us to see. How does it go from verses 2 and 3 to talking about what you should do on the Sabbath day to going into what you should bring as an offering? The topic just jumps completely off the track. 2 and 3, he's dealing with the Sabbath day. After that, he starts dealing with the offerings that should be brought. So he just jumped from one thing into something else, didn't he? Huh? Just went from one thing to something totally different, didn't he? No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Verse 10 will tell you.
He just went to explain.
Let me tell you what 2 and 3 said. 2 and 3 set the precedent that what you're getting ready to do, the offering you're getting ready to do, and everything we're getting ready to do after what we're about to read now, is to make the meeting tent of the congregation. But you still make it within the confines of how a week should go. And you're going to work, because you're going to see what's done with all these offerings that they bring. And you're going to work hard to develop this with what you're given. You're going to work hard to develop this 6 days. But still on the 7th day, that's going to be a day of rest unto Yah. That's why he laid the Sabbath out there first. Because although we're working hard to make the tabernacle, don't think we're going to violate the principles of the Sabbath day. What am I saying? Because I see a lot of bewilderment. In other words, it's like work had to be done here and work is still done here. And the brothers come in, they work Monday, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, with hammer and chisel and paint brushes and everything. Because work had to be done here. And they get to the Sabbath day. Do they come in on the Sabbath day with hammers and chisels and the paint brushes and still be painting and hammering and nailing and sawing and cutting on the Sabbath day?
On a week, they working for man.
No, I'm talking about the build here for this place. Trying to fix up this place. Just like we do, and they was cutting and doing out different kind of things and painting the building and everything. And they did that Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Do they come in on the Sabbath? Because they say, well, we working on the house of Yah. So do they come in with the drills and the circular saws and cutting and everything on the Sabbath day? No, because they're gonna rest. Now tomorrow, after the Sabbath, we go back to building back on the building. We can go back to working on it. But on the Sabbath day, we're going to cease from even working on that in that sense. That's why that was put there. Because he don't want them to forget that even though you working and doing these things to get the meeting tent up, still on the Sabbath day, observe that and cease. I want you to cease from doing that. Because we're going to get there. But you cease on the Sabbath day. I'll let that marinate. So in verse 5, now he would tell the people, take ye among you an offering unto Yah, whosoever is of a willing heart. Let him bring it, an offering of Yah. Let him bring his gold and his silver, his brass, the blue, purple, scarlet, fine linen, goat hair, ram skin, dyed red, badger skin, and shittim wood, and oil for the light, and spices, and anointing oil for the sweet incense onyx stone, and stones to be set for the ephod, for the breastplate. And then look what he said. Everybody among you shall come and make all that Yahweh have commanded. He said, everybody among you shall come, and everybody among you shall come and make all that Yahweh have commanded. That's what it says. Huh? That's right. It didn't say everybody come. It said, we in Exodus 35, now verse 10. It didn't say everybody come. He said every wise-hearted among you. In other words, when Moses started going out to pick people to work, certain things needed the hands and the minds of certain people. He didn't just go pick any Joe out. Hey, you come here. You work on this carpentry right here. And the brother was like, well, okay. And he nailed his stuff. It got gaps like this. He don't know what a 3/8 is versus half and quarter. He don't know none of that. Moses threw him over there to give you. No. He said, who is wise-hearted? In other words, who has this ingenuity built in them? Who has this talent in them to do certain things? It makes sense. Huh?
Solomon did.
Now I can set you over. That's right, Solomon did it. And this is where they even get, not that he was involved in, but this is where they even get masonry from. Because everybody ain't on the same level. They take people and put them on this level, and then other people on this level. And then they put people on this level. And they did it because they patterned themselves after what he did, because he had people work on different places when they worked on the temple. You working here. Well, you ain't got no business way down that corridor, working down there, messing something up. I learned that in school. When I did technical theater, I was good at the carpentry and the paint. They sent me to the electric shop. I blew up the whole grid, Jack. Blew up the whole grid in the auditorium. She said, if you don't never come back to my class, I'm gonna write you an excuse that you don't have to take this. Please go back, get your hammers and your drill, what you know. I said, hey, you got it, chief. You heard all that pop. That's not where my mind and my heart was set. But when you gave me a hammer, nail, and paintbrush, especially paint, that's where because the creativeness that was here could be released. You see what I'm saying? You want to release, find out what that, and then like you do, releasing. Like I said, release the hounds. The hound is, and he like to hunt, that's all he like, releasing. Yeah, let him go. Yeah, let him go. And that's why he says here, every wise-hearted, every person with the talent to handle these endeavors, let them come and build. He's going to say it again. Let's go down. You can read this, but I'm just highlighting it right now. Look at verse 20. Because they're getting ready to undertake a great feat in building. This ain't nothing they light they get ready to do. They get ready to undertake a great feat. Verse 20 said, and all the congregation of the children of Israel departed from the presence of Moses, and they came, everyone whose heart stirred him up, and everyone whom his spirit made willing. And they brought offerings of Yah to the work of the meeting tent of the congregation, and for all his service, and for the holy garments. And they came, both men and women, as many as were willing-hearted, meaning many wanted to dedicate themselves because that's another part of your craft. You have to dedicate yourself. Then verse 25, it says, and all the women that were what? Wise-hearted. Did spend their hands. They, huh? I know, I tried. And I said, I'm going to get it. Nobody going to teach me. I'll self-learn. But I done gave myself a break. I got me a little bitty nothing kind of sewing machine. That way it break, don't nobody, and I'm spending on it. But it ain't in me. It ain't my talent. Because I got stitches going there. I got stitches going here, stitches going there. You put it on, and one side is up here, and the other side hanging down there. You're like, wow, gee, you keep working. It can be, but I haven't even went back to touching it because that's not my fortitude. See, it's something you can get in, and it's a hobby. It becomes a hobby, and if I get it, I get it. But if it's something there, you're going to pursue it. So it can be, but then I say, hey, just like fix on car, I can learn. But I say, hey, let me go to them that's wise-hearted and know how to fix the car. I can learn it. But I already got wise-hearted people. And that's the beautiful thing also about when you running things, it's not that you running things and you top dog all over the place. Running things sometimes means getting the folks that you can put in place, and then you can go and put your energy in other places, especially places that you good at, and know that they're going to take care of it. Yes, sir, Brother Martin.
When I said Solomon, I was talking about when he went for the guy who was skilled with the wood, people who were skilled with the wood.
Yes.
You don't get anybody.
Yeah.
You mean certain people.
Hiram.
Yeah.
Hiram. Mm-hmm. He went and got, certain people, certain materials. He just said, that would look good. And then it's weak, can't support all the gold. They're going to lay on it. When you put it up on the pillar, it's just going to start snapping.
I'm going to send you all the workers.
He said, I see, yeah. Yeah.
And they put it on the water.
And they put it on the water. They were very engineers. They were engineers.
Yeah,
they were engineers. See, that's why this book, people talk about all that. I can't believe the Bible. You can't believe the Bible because you ain't studied it properly. This book have everything in it. That's engineering. Put it on the waters, send it down. Don't you know that's how early America was built?
Yep.
They cut down trees, put them on other logs, built rafts out of other logs, and they just sent it right down the river. And then men would go out and they had hook and they pull the logs in, and then they start cutting on it and this and that. But it was just, that's engineering. Ancient engineering. They talking about men couldn't, it's got to be aliens. There's no way men could build these pyramids and stuff. Hey, get out of here. That's because you haven't to this day with all your technology and want to plug in numbers and making everything technical, you haven't mastered. But these men knew they had a science that's deeper than what you can see. They had divineness first. They drew from the divine. You want to draw from yourself and make yourself divine. They drew from what was divine. Everything I've seen in the martial arts, everything I've seen that have come into full existence, it's been pulled from the divine. In the martial arts, it was the first pull from the divine. What was seen in the divine. Then this became, and then it was handed down. That's why there's some things out there most people don't even know nothing about that people practice. Because it's what they call inner arts. Meaning it's more spiritual than it is physical. And most people don't even know nothing about that. But that's some of the most highest form. And all men can't even take going to get that. That's why some people can make songs. You say, man, they draw from within. They draw from within. Then look what Creator said to Moses in 30th verse, same chapter. Now watch what y'all said. Moses said unto the children of Israel, see, Yahweh have called by name. So now we're dealing with the Most High. He didn't even lead this up to Moses. When he wanted this to be done, it said Yahweh called by name. Bezaleel, the son of Uri, the son of Or, of the tribe of Judah. Meaning y'all picked him out. Didn't even lead that up to Moses. And y'all said, I have filled him with the spirit of Elohim in wisdom, in understanding, in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship. Huh? You wonder why that little young man worked that thing down and it's better than what it was when he first got it. It's going reverse, forward, higher speed. And nobody taught him, he didn't go to no school anywhere. Huh?
Speaking of the young, you can look it up. He was 13.
That's why there's a conflict even in school. And that's why I go back to how teaching originally was done. But see, that's the problem. And that's why what they'll do is they'll hold kids back. Because actually the child too advanced. So their solution with him being advanced is to hold him back. To try to stymie that. Because he have answers when the teacher don't have answers. He up there putting equations. And the teacher don't even know that equation. He goes, what the heck? Okay, go in the back, sit down. And they won't have meetings to say, hey, we need to meet about him. We need to meet about her. Do you have room in this class? Because that's what they used to do. We need to meet about, do you have room in the advanced class? Right. They can't stay here. Yeah, but they're just 7 years old. The advanced class got 10-year-olds. I don't care. He got the mind of a 10-year-old. He can't stay here with them. And I'm teaching them rudimentary, and he way beyond that. What does he learn? He ain't learning nothing. This ain't profiting him. It's becoming boring. Now he's getting ready to start twiddling his thumbs and find something else during the class to keep his interest. And now when he does that, you're labeling him as a troublemaker. Yeah. You see where I'm going with this? And now he went from where the mind is brilliant. And I'm going to tell you something. That's what you have with a lot of cats. I don't endorse, definitely don't endorse what they're doing, but that's what you have with a lot of cats out here on these streets. They got brilliant minds. These cats are certified businessmen. They run an industry, and like I said, I'm not endorsing what they're doing or how they're doing it, but I'm talking about dealing with, they're running businesses on corners. They got I watch these shows, man, the way they have hierarchy to break this stuff down. And then when I watch these shows, like Gangland, how they breaking these things down like a company. I mean, a company where they raking in 1,000, 10,000 in a week. And I'm saying, what? It's just a wasted mind. Because that's what they was left to do. Because when they tried to go through a system that's not designed for them, the system failed them. But they knew going through the system, they could never be CEO over this bank. They could never be CEO over this company. They could never get over this company. The system kicked them out and booed them out. But that mind, it didn't do nothing with that. That mind still was working. So that mind said, hey, it's what was in them. That mind said, hey, let me take this thing. And there's a brother, he got a great video on and he does it on Facebook because he used to be an ex-drug dealer. And now he is the CEO of his own company. But it's video that he break it down, the difference between him and who you talking about on the street. Brilliant mind. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that. Grams.
Oh, yeah.
Milligrams. Chemists.
Oh, yeah.
These guys are chemists. Mathematicians. We sitting there on news, seeing them on news. And like I said, don't nobody get me wrong. I'm not steering nobody to go into that line of work. I'm telling you how we look, because now we can understand, we can maybe start doing something. The mind. Shalom. Because as that old saying say, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. And it's also a terrible thing to let be misdirected. These cats are chemists. They could be coming up with, some of them got a mind that's sharp, they could be coming up with cures for what's wrong with our people. They could be naturopathic healers. Holistic healers. They could be coming, instead of making poisons that wreck people's lives, they could be coming up with making things that enhance people's lives, that cure people. The mind. The mind and the heart. Uh-oh, we were talking about the mind and the heart.
And you know what? Don't they throw it back in their face? Because didn't some of these rap groups call themselves the Rockefeller, the Rothschild?
That's what they always do.
Showing you, we know what you do.
That's what they always
I'll
do.
listen to it, but I keep up.
That's what they always do.
But they Rothschild and Rockefeller.
The mind. The mind. The mind. That's what when I pray, that's what I'm praying for nowadays. I pray for the mind. No, I can never have it to the extent. No, the Almighty, I can never have the mind of Yah. Too deep. But I pray the Almighty if he just give me a little peace. If he open my mind, come into my mind, let my eyes be open and my ears be open. That's done in your mind. Let him intercede and come into your mind. That's what I pray for. Not to get his mind, but let me show you something. Hold on. Let me show you something. Because you can't have his mind in entirety. So I agree with that. I agree with that. But the Almighty can come into your mind. He can come into your mind. And I'm going to show you something, hopefully, that the Almighty said. Praise and glory be to my brother. Trust y'all with him. He's still enjoying the Sabbath day. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
What you said is what Solomon, when he asked for, he prayed for wisdom and understanding.
Yes, sir.
So you pray for it and ask for it, but it ain't all the time just given to you.
Right. Go to Jeremiah 19. See, Almighty has to come into your mind. He has to touch your mind. He has to share his mind with us and then touch your mind that it can receive it. But many of you, y'all don't serve Christ no more, do you? Huh? Many of y'all don't believe a man can die for your sins, do you? Huh? Oh, y'all said that like y'all went down. How's that again? Many of y'all don't believe somebody could die for your sins, do you?
But you know we can't.
Huh? Now, before you knew Yah, did you believe that somebody could die for your sins?
Yes, sir.
Well, the only reason why we don't believe it now is because the Almighty gave us a little piece of his mind. Because look at what Yah said in Jeremiah 19th chapter. He didn't give us all his mind with all his infinite wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because then we would just consume away. But he gives us pieces of his mind. So look what he said. That's why we understand that nobody can die for your sins. You got Jeremiah 19, verse 5. See, this was different, and this is why it's different. Everybody haven't received a piece of the Almighty mind. Look what he said. They have built also the high places of the deity. To do what? Burn their sons with fire for burnt offerings unto the deity, which I commanded not, nor did I speak it, neither came it into my what? Mind. You better write down with an asterisk, Christianity. Because it's the one scripture, if you don't remember none of them, memorize none of them, make this the one you go to when people say, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. I mean, he killed him. That's what he brought him here to do, kill him. And whosoever believes this shall have life. Well, Almighty said that's right here. He said that's totally false. What it said in the book of John. He said because they were burning their sons, offering up their sons to deities as burnt offering. And he said, I never what? Spoke this to them. I never commanded it to them. This thought never even was a part or entered my mind. So if anybody told us that he thought like that, they just bold outright lying on him. And now you and I don't have that thought. You and I don't think that to be a command. You and I know he haven't spoken because he has given us a part of his thinking, a part of his mindset. So we have the mindset of the Most High Yah. See, when he makes the statement, your ways are not my ways and your thoughts are not my thoughts, he's talking again when those things are in opposition to him. But how could he say your ways are not my ways if you keep in the Sabbath day? And that's your mindset, not to defile it. How can that not be his way? Because that comes from out of his mind. If you refuse to murder, steal, commit, how can that not be his way? Because that comes out of his mind. You have his mind. But you don't have his mind if you're in opposition to what thus says Yah and what he likes. And that's why a lot of people don't have his mind. And that's why they think you crazy. Out of your mind. Go back to Exodus, so we finish that off. But you see, he named this particular man in this case, down to his tribe. And that's whom he told Moses he wanted to get. And then this young man, with his talents, he went out and found other people to make effectual. Verse 34 in chapter 35. But we read 32. And to devise skillful designs, to work in gold, and in the silver, and in the brass, and in the cutting of stones, to set them, and the carving of wood, to make any manner of skillful work. The brother was able to do anything. And he had put in his heart that he may what? Not only was he skilled, but now he was skilled in being able, because it's in him, he can now teach. Both he and Aholiab, the son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan, them have he filled with the wisdom of heart to work all manner of work, of the engraver, and of the skillful workman, and of the embroiderer, in blue and in purple and scarlet and fine linen, and of the weaver, even of them that do any work, and of those that design skillful work. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So it's finding the talents that's in us all, because it's there. And then working them talents and bringing all them talents together. Any comments on that from anyone? I'm gonna have that young man in my employment, building something. See, and before you make your comment, that's why I've always asked the question: beside Yah, what's the greatest wealth on this earth? Who said that? You got it. Ain't that why the king of Sodom told Abraham, he said, you take the goods. He said, give me the people. Now you're gonna leave here with a lot of gold, a lot of silver, and a lot of, but I guarantee you by this time in a couple more months, I'll be double what you leaving here with. I've been in and out of these businesses, home starting businesses and real estate. I've been in and out of them, and it ain't bad. But now I see the game. They say, yeah, come here, this seminar, we'll teach you. And we'll teach you this, we'll teach you that. And you too can be like me. And they point at you. And they show the clips. See, we just went to Jamaica. We just came back from Caicos. Tonight, when we leave here, they might pull out $100 bill. We're going over to Ryan's Fabulous Flame Steakhouse. Place where they know you can't go. And what? He appealing to what? things that you want. Huh? So he tell you, hey, join us. Come back, join us. Tonight was free. But what's a small price to be able to join us for 3 days? $1,000. Now, once you come in, it don't stop. Bring you 2 other friends. We'll cut yours and we'll try. You see, it's multiplication of people. Now he ain't doing stuff because he have people which he have under him to do things, huh? And then making the light load for him, huh? They the footmen. That's how this thing is working. It's in line with that. That's how it becomes. That's what it's a new age pyramid. It's making that thing work.
Somebody make it work.
Yeah, it's making that thing work. And they be like, you're gonna get a cut. But you'll get a bigger cut if you bring in far more people, because then you'll go to the gold level. And if they bring in 5 more people, and then you bring in 5 more people, you go to the platinum level. Then if you get past platinum, you go to kingship. They just go on and you tooling and you spinning your wheels, huh? But pyramid scheme, but that's the world period. That's the company you working for. The big bosses ain't coming down. Look, I ain't seen not one big boss come down driving a bus where I work. Huh? He just get people. That's why the King of Solomon understood. He understood what was the greatest resource the Almighty put in the earth. And that is men. And finding men's talents. That's why he knew. Everything I lost, if you give me the people, and I can get the people under my control, I'll get it back. Like that. Look at Jim Jones. Was able to take them people all the way over to Ghana. Or Guyana. Huh? Hook, line, and sink. That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Hook, line, and sink. Hook, line, and sink. That's what the movie, The Book of Eli. That's what he told him. I want the book. Because when I get the book, I can get all these people that you see. And then I can get all these people under me and control them. If you give me that book. And he chased them from here to Clearwater and back for the book. That didn't probably once he got it. But he knew what he could do with it. And some men, believe it or not, even today, they like that. Some men teach this book to have dominion over people. I remember as sick as he was, Brother Elisha went to a thing at Xavier. And this is the one honest preacher I ever heard. Because it was preachers, it was imams, and Brother Elisha was there. And this is why he was sick. And the one preacher got up and he said, I tell y'all the truth. I'm married, and a couple of kids. Either he was getting downsized on the job or he was just getting ready to get a job cut out or something. But something had to do with his job. He said, I got into preaching because I need to make money. Now, for a minute, I was kind of thrown because I said, wow, whoa. I said, he just coming right out of, he said, I just need to make money. And for some, that's why they're dealing with the book.
I mean, with a name like Creflo Dollar.
Some they just dealing with the book.
What else?
But others doing it because The Almighty has given them knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to go in and do what other men can't do. To see what other men can't see. Like I said, just because everybody can open up the book don't mean they know what they're doing with it. Find, and overall what I'm saying is this, find your gift. Find your gift. And when you find it, don't let nobody take it from you. You find your gift. You cultivate your gift. Let the Almighty cultivate that gift within you, that it may grow and make it of service. And make it of service to the Creator. That's how you will make your mark in this world. Do not waste what has been given to you. When you say that's that brother gift, huh? Because I might get in that bad boy and we just go straight right off ditch somewhere. But he know what to do. He know what to do. Some people they can have a job dealing with people, leading people, because they just people person. They know how to treat somebody. Ain't nothing that school didn't even win and taught them. They just, man, when you win them, you're like, they ain't even asking you to do nothing. You're like, I'm just gonna do it. And you run and do it. Huh? Grandpa told me, you mean some people in your life, they can turn the skin off a snake. I said, what? That's pretty bad man do that. But dedicate, when you find that gift, dedicate it to the Creator. Like I told you, I got one that's athletic. That's a gift. Got another one. He got a better mind on the problem. That's his gift. I got another one. We sorting through what he can do. But it's there. We finding it. We finding it. Yeah, he got time. But it's there. I see some of it, but it's there. Just got to put it in the right direction. And I got another one. Mine all over the place. It's all over the place. So now we got to guide that. But that's a creative. We got to guide it. I'll say it one last time, because that's the crux for this. Find your gift and appreciate your gift. Develop your talent and your gift. That's your worth. Dedicated to the Creator. That's your life. That's why many people look at it and say, what's the meaning of my life? Well, there it is. Hallelujah. All right. Any comments on that? Yes, Sister Nara. I know you had a comment ages ago. So go ahead.
I'll pray to PD, yeah. My only comment was, actually I have two now. I have to give thanks to Yah. So Yah has been with me since I was in the womb. The scripture says, but one of the things that I had realized, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say about my son, because I don't want to feel like I'm bragging on him. My youngest one was, he only went to school for preschool. And the reason for that is, you know how they take those state tests? Well, in preschool, the highest that children scored in the city, state, and district was 75. He scored almost 200. And I'm like, look, I know I teach you, but I don't teach you that good. And so I was like, you coming out, And so I praise y'all that I had that wisdom to pull him. And I tell him now, because now he complain about all the work I give him. You working so hard. They don't have to go do this in school. And I'm like, trust me, dude, you have no idea. But I also tell him I'm hard on him too, because one, I know you can do it. And then two, if I send you to school, I'm gonna be there every day because he's my class clown. So I have to keep him out the school for a little bit of time because he's hard headed, want to play around. But I have to keep him away from other people that'll make him go way left field because he don't want to follow direction. But I also wanted to give praise to y'all because I can all my life, I've always all my life, but since I was 12, I've always written poetry. And now it's so funny because I was just meditating on this the other day. When I was as I meditate, I'd be like, how in the world did I get here to writing songs? You could have never told me that I could barely write a poem now and I can't write it without writing to music, and it's so awesome because I sit back and I be like, wow, I really, when I hear it, I'm like, I really heard these words, and it's just crazy, but I always give thanks because I'm like, wow, it's beautiful to be able to dedicate, your talent to the creator, because now my poetry used to be about, things of life, and now it's still about that, but it's always uplifting and things towards Yah and how he brought me through and whatnot. So I just have to give my praise to that because it's a blessing when you look at that. So hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And I say this. I remember years ago, went down to Mississippi. I'm saying it and explain like this because of the context. And then we will move on after this to another subject. But Mississippi, now in the Union, what they call the United States, Mississippi, next to Louisiana, is one of the poorest states. And so they don't have a lot to flood into the educational system. Mississippi, think of Mississippi, you say backwoods people, country folk, backwoods people. And this will stay with me as long as they don't mind giving me a sound mind. This will stay with me because this is something that all Israel need to hear. I went down and I met a brother, and his name, I don't know how many here went down and met him. Like the second conference we went to. His name was Brother Samson. Samson, this ain't what I want everybody to focus in on, but Samson had multiple wives, 2 or 3, had about 17 children. Not one of his children went to school in the system. But all of his children were successful. His one daughter never set a foot in school building when they tested her at the age of 15. Tested out of school at the age of 15. Was accepted in college. That's the first schooling that she went to systematically. Schooling, she went to college. Age 15. Never having gone to a traditional school. He tells the story. Her test, like you said, her test was off even their chart. That's what they told her. She don't even register on our chart. She wasn't the only one. He had, I think, 4 or 5 to do so. Read this one last thing. Because Don't jump on board like everybody jump on board sometime later. And I know it's a matter of seeing things. I don't discount what people are saying because I know how they speak it. But when they say, and I'm not talking about this in Israel, I'm talking about black period. We need this, we need that, we need our own school, we need this, we need our own schools. I say, yeah, that's nice. But if you want to learn, you can learn even if you're on the moon. And what's my inspiration? Go to Book of Daniel. And see, that was in our people. What you want, you go get. They say when the spirit of Yah moved on me, I learned more once I started following Yah than I ever learned in all my former years of schooling. Because once the Almighty lighted on me, I spent hours down in the library. I never thought I loved books so much. Y'all are my witness. I kid y'all not. The librarians knew me personally. The security guard knew me. I had my own little table on the third floor, my own little table. And it was like clockwork. They knew when I was coming in. And I'll be up there, it's just books all over the place. And I ain't ashamed to say, you talking to a kid who when he was in school, C was the highlight most of the time. C was the highlight. Especially in high school. Woohoo, time to have a party. All them C's on there. Did you hear me? Did you paint a picture of what it looked like? Ain't talking about B's and A's. And shut the place down, get a B and A. C's. I didn't like it. But the day the Almighty came into my life, I was studying everything. Rome, Greece, Mesopotamia. I couldn't. You give it to me. They walk by. Mormons. We got the Book of the Mormon. Give it here. Go. I don't need you to explain nothing. Just give it here. Go. Nature. Anything. Trying to develop that even greater now. This muscle. Everybody works on this. And this. And this. And this. And this is the most neglected muscle that people have and will die neglected. It will die not even having been used 25% of its capacity. Not even getting ready to go into what ecclesiastically you can do. Like a Joshua. Where you develop it and the connection becomes divine so strong where you can divinely equip yourself to relate to the Almighty and ask Him, sun, moon, stand still. Because the mind and the spirit have been developed and it's just that strong that the connection there. See, I can't even go to that because most people's mind ain't even going to let them perceive that that can be done. We will die having pumped all the iron, but never having developed this. And it's the most powerful thing within the system of your body. It can be the strongest thing Give me a man who had this, and the man that had this will be in his hands. They asked another star who played ball real good, who bounced that basketball real good. They said, what was the greatest thing about him? People said his mind. They said before he even come to the gym and suit up, people was already had a different mindset, because that's the mindset he gave you. So we dealt with him different. Huh? Yeah, we dealt with him different. So that sets the stage for everything else that he does. Develop our mind, develop our spirits. I'm not even gonna try to teach all of that because y'all always get some kind of looks. People think you're crazy when you start teaching this. But look at Daniel chapter 1, verse 4. Well, my mama, she told me, I don't know I did that, I didn't hear, but she told me, she said, I don't send you to school to be a dummy. People say, well, they won't teach you everything. Well, if they don't teach you, go get it. Like I said, I told my son the other night, I said, the greatest teacher I had was Miss Thomas. Miss Griffin. She became Miss Thomas. I would like to meet her. That's before, because that's the person that set my mind different even before I came into this way of life. She exposed me to books she made me her teacher's aide just so I could have a class. And I stopped grading papers and she just said, there's books, go at it. Books on ancient Egypt, books on ancient, she said, go at it. That's what you'll do. She the first one that told everybody that I heard come out of her mouth that the Jewish people wasn't white. And she almost lost her job. She said, I don't care. That ain't going to stop me from telling y'all the truth. I teach this curriculum, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I remember a little Jewish girl was sitting there when she said when she wasn't Jewish, she wasn't true. She was sitting there and she just bawled. And the girl said, what you crying for? I'm Jewish. She said, you are, baby. I'll never forget. She said, you are, baby? She said, yeah. Oh, you just said it was true. It was a lie. Oh. She said, you all right, baby? She said, yeah. She said, good. She said, but I'm still telling y'all that they black. She said, I'm still gonna tell y'all that they black. Oh, she cried and ran home, told her folks. They pitched a fit. When did everybody else rallied around her? So she told the truth. I said, this curriculum versus truth. I have to, because my job teach you curriculum. But if you want truth, I'm gonna give you truth. So some of us started staying behind at the class to get the truth. And I was one of them. I said, hey, can I become even more teacher? And she said, yeah, to get the truth. So if they won't teach it to you, you go get it. Don't have these things for nothing. To know where somebody going on. They don't just use them to know where somebody going on vacation. So they can see back, hey, employee, that don't do me no good. Start using them for something. Can't get on no plane, go across the world, don't have that kind of money. Hit that button. It'll take you anywhere you want to go nowadays. We don't have to be stuck on stupid. But there's a reason why they want you to be stuck on stupid. You got Daniel, chapter 1. I got you, and we're going to start at verse 1. So this is what I say, hey, yeah, it's nice to have our own school, but you can't see people romanticize a lot of stuff too. When you know what it takes to run your own thing. People always say, well, we want our own thing. That's why part of what we're going to discuss in Charlotte, and I got to get the information is solidified. I didn't write it down and bring it. Y'all forgive me, but I have it next week. But that's why the theme, this just the theme. This ain't what, this just the theme. Like everything got a theme, an overall theme. And then so that's the umbrella. There's things under it. But the theme of what we discuss in Charlotte, y'all's will, is what a nation needs. And everybody talking about going home, but do you know what it's going to take when you get home? To get home, and when you get home, it's like saying, I want a house. Okay, but do you know what it takes to get the house? And then when you get the house, do you know what it takes after you get it? I want a house, but the plumbing, now you got the house, but the plumbing going bad. Cracks in the things need to be done when you get it. You don't just get it and then, no, things still need to be done. People think, I got it. Then they start complaining. I got it. I don't want it no more. You see? So what a nation needs. But in captivity. So things ain't just that cavalier. A couple of us found that out when we went down. I want a garden. I want a garden. That's been for years. I spent a lot of months. Man, if we just had our own place, our own garden spot. Huh? And Brother Aaron got lazy, so I'm in that company too. Man, what I do? I'm gonna grow this, huh? Because it sounds so easy. Huh? And then they said, hey, you got it. You don't have to pay nothing. You got it. It fell right in the lap. And then said, uh-oh. Had to get down there, huh? Then the first day you come out of that back, get that heat pad, huh? Them hands all blistered up, huh? Them knees, the joints, they ain't bending like, huh? Yeah, huh? Yeah, a little different now that it's real, huh? You ain't going to the mind. It's got to be some passion there. There's got to be what you really want. Can't be no. Because you do it. Look what it says about the young men in captivity. Daniel 1:1. In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Yehuda, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem, and he besieged it. And Yah gave Jehoiakim, king of Yehuda, into his hand, with part of the vessels of the house of Elohim, which he carried into the land of Shinar, to the house of his deity. And he brought the vessels into the treasure house of his deity. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of the eunuchs, that he should bring all the children of Israel. Huh? Certain, that's right. Bring certain of them. And of the king's seed. And the princes. Now what is going to tell us what certain ones he wanted? Children in whom was no what? No blemish. Now these are the ones he saw. These are certain ones that he saw that he wanted brought to him. So he saw them. Not that he created them. He saw them. I'm explaining this for a certain reason. Let me tell you something. When you're born, people that know, I ain't talking about people that's bigots and people that don't know nothing themselves. People that know when you're born, they know a gift has been brought into this world. So you got to tie this in. Why you think they came and got you to build up their country, their land? They know how valuable an asset you have, and you are, and you will be. They have people in the prisons every day, but it's still an asset. The prison industrial industry is one of the biggest industries that's going in this world, in the United States. That's why mass incarceration is like it is. And the numbers is out of kilter. Because they can profit.
What they call the school to prison pipeline?
They can profit. Because they're looking at you. See, right now, they would be looking at a mind like his.
Oh.
I have to teach on this. I have to teach this because I teach it all the time. On my shoulder. That's why, see, the mind state. These curses also on us because of mind state. That's why I say you the head. You should be the head and not the tail. But with a bad mind state, we the tail and not the head. Because we don't have the mind of the Most High. We haven't let him open our mind, come into our mind. And that's why we have a mind where we tails and not heads. But when we let him be in our mind, he made us heads and not tails. When he let him operate in our mind, he made us rulers and not ruled over. You have more black millionaires than you ever had in the history of the world in one country, right here. And we're not pure owners of one team. In sports that we primarily, the big cash cow, we primarily dominate them. And there's not one team owned solely by a black man or a group of black men. Now, problem can't be money. Can't be money. Can't be resources. Got to be one thing. The mind. It was one thing. That's why Negro League gave way to Major League. Because they got to the minds. That Negro League ball won't never work out versus the Major League. But it was dominating. That other bad ball league can never be what this is, but it was dominating. They changed the mindsets. You can never be. Who is you to tell me what I can be and can't be? See, like I said, I hope I'm making myself clear and teaching something we can hear. Mindset. Like I said, when you go back to that movie in Roots, when they hit him, we taught this the other week. That was about mindset. I'm gonna beat this in you. Well, some people say, kill me. You won't change my mind. But when he changed his mind, now I got him. I don't have to beat him no more. Because I got his mind. More than your AKs, more than your cowboys, more than your Smith. They fear the mind, the developed mind. The developed mind, taking one thing, a peanut, and making I don't know how many uses out of it. The developed mind. George Washington Carver. The developed mind, very good at what it did, escorting bombers over Germany and never lost one single bomber in all its missions. The developed mind, the Tuskegee Airmen, all black. When they went looking and searching it, who took them through there, they said, can't be. Yeah, they read, nah, can't be. Them Negroes. They ain't say nigga. Yeah, that's who took y'all there and back, brought y'all and never lost. Listen, comprehend that now. Didn't lose one single bomber. This is fact. This ain't what somebody, this is fact written in the annals of history. You can't change. This is fact. Flew over 300 some odd missions and not one fatality. And before they conducted these missions, they were losing bombers left and right. When they wanted to clear the West, the cavalry couldn't do it. They had to develop a group called the Buffalo Soldiers. Buffalo Soldiers went out west. And the natives said, these are some of the fiercest warriors we have ever fought in our life. That's who cleared out and made room for Western expansion. Fear wasn't just a thing, don't let them read, don't let them write. No, it was deep reason behind don't let them read, don't let them, because we have studied them and we have seen what they have done as a progressive people. That's why we brought them here. We don't want them to read and don't want them to write. And that's what the cover, we don't want them to read and write independently. We want them to read and write, but what we give them to read and write. Because they have something in them like this in Daniel 1 and 4. Children with whom no blemish, but they were well favored. And as a result, before they even go to school, these kids are skillful in all wisdom. Huh? Skillful in knowledge. Huh? And understanding sciences. That's why I said I'm not anti-science. In no relationship, because science means the study of. But I just don't let science be anti-Yah. He must be first in your study of things, because he created all things. And such children that had the ability. See, when taught, they already went having the ability to stand in the king. They walked up in there. Not arrogant and proud, but they knew, hey, I belong here. I belong in Harvard. I belong in Yale. If you want me to go there. I belong in Brown. I belong here. your best of schools. I belong in your private schools if you're going to have me here. Not just because I can run a football or shoot a hoop. I belong here for my mind. I belong here. I come here knowing how to speak Spanish. How many languages? They put the little thing down your shirt. How many languages you will speak? The child marked down 3 before he get. I come here knowing how to speak Spanish. Hola. He in preschool. Hola. Hey, huh? Mr. Israel, your son came and said, hola. We didn't teach him that. Okay, what's the problem then? He knew this child was Spanish. He said, hola. He knew I wanted to talk to him. What's the problem? Well, it's just a little advanced, isn't it? Was you gonna teach them? Yes. Okay. Then ain't nothing wrong with it. It just got a head start on you. This is called head start, isn't it? They went before the king already equipped with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And that's because that was something that they were born with and something fostered within the homes that they came, the environments that they came from. ABC, EFD, HIT, every day. By the time they got to preschool, look, whatever they call it, who know that? You know, they said, you know, you know, things, ABCDEFG. Okay. Anybody else know? They scared of it. Anybody else know? They came there. You're more than just body. That's what I try to bring over to mine. Don't worry about me. Because I'm living my life. I'm where I'm at. I'm telling you, you're more than just somebody's body. Period. This is what makes higher level people. Higher level people make even you more than somebody's body, even one to another. Find people, they asked questions last night on the radio. Should you wait? The little famous guy talking about he waited before he had relations. So they asked questions, should you wait? I said, yes, you should wait. That's what's wrong. People are not going out, selling, and looking for the right thing, which is the mind. Brother Aaron, did you? Don't worry about Brother Aaron. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Go look for the mind. The book is telling you, go look for the mind and the spirit. Didn't say nothing about you got to drive the car, test drive the car first before you buy it. That all that old crazy kind of stuff. I ain't got to test drive. I look under the hood. Boom. 3.6. Got oil in it. Look underneath it. Holding all this fluid. All right. There's certain things I can find out before I even get behind the wheel. Then I say, yeah, I'll take it. Do my homework on it. And see, I'll take it. But something gonna go wrong on it anyway. Period. There's always work to be done, even when you get the perfect thing. There's always work to be done. Yeah, damn, I'm trying to give a new mind. Maybe I ain't making sense. But at least let's find out what's going on up here. Huh? That joke ain't got the sense he was born with. Dropped him on the head too many times. She just as busy as all out the hole. I can't watch. Yeah, just ask her something. Baby, what you think about it? Is that a new reality TV show? Oh, all right. Oh. But intellect, mind, spirit. That's what he's saying. Find somebody whom deserve to stand before you. And find somebody you deserve to stand before. And you don't find that out in between 100 thread cotton sheets. Does she know how to be industrious? Does he know how to be industrious? Like we said, is he lazy? Is she lazy? Can he cook? I ain't telling him need to be no 5-star chef, but can he cook? Will he cook? Huh? You just got lumps in oatmeal. Okay, you just break them up and put it down. Keep trying, baby. That was good. Keep trying. And that's a nice way of telling you, hey, I know you can't cook, but keep trying. If you try, well, you don't even try. You know, your stomach growling from here to Timbuktu. Guess what Brother Aaron is trying to say to all of us, himself included? Have to change your mind. As I looked at my thing, that's why I said the sins of our fathers and your sins, as I pray. As I look at myself and what's going on in my life right now, it's changing the mind. Changing the way you look at things. They said it's only so much you can put on somebody else before all of it's on you. And they didn't teach me how to manage money. Okay, go get it. If you want to manage money better, go get it. I wasn't tired to be real responsible. Okay, go get it. Stop putting it off, deflecting it. That's why you stay in the same circle, in the same rut that you're in, going nowhere. Change your mind. I'm going to try this. You'll see different things. Hallelujah. That's what the Almighty is telling Israel. Change your mind. That's what his message is. That's what he means by change your ways. Change your mind. They say, oh, they don't want me. This man, I can't stand it. He don't want me or nothing. Says who? This man wants you to go out and spend money hand over foot, because that's how he make money. When you understand things, he don't delight in having to turn you down and come for a loan. When he can slap that 25% and make more money, he don't delight in that. He wants you to come. Hey, how many loans you want? How many you qualify for? Huh? Oh, we looking at you qualify for them. Right. Easy. Huh? That's what he was like, because he know what he reap in. But we walk out because we rejected for all four. We walk out, he don't want me to have, nah. Gotta get together. Huh? Huh? Right. And then have a plan of your own. Right. When he lend me something, I'm gonna let him live. Now he think he lending it to me for this, but I got plans for this. I got a mind for this. And we gonna play his game, but I got a mind for this. And by the time I get done with him, I'm gonna be done flip the script on him. Yeah, I'll bite one this one time. Huh? I'll bite one this one time. Because I'm like it was what? Chess? I sacrifice this pawn. Huh? I give this one time sacrifice. Trying to get checkmate. You never saw it coming. I just set him out there for you. Because I knew you were going to go hook, line, and sinker. Oh, I might be teaching too much. But let me tell you something. That's what they do. Get that, that's 650, that's 700 credits. They go hook, line, and sinker. Huh? And my first one, I might eat it. But I got plans. See, I was taking it and maneuvering it with my mind. So you never saw it coming. And once I maneuver and put all my pieces in places like that, I don't need you no here. I'm done with you. We want you to come back. Nah, I don't need you no more. What? Let me get out there. Y'all.
Nah, keep going. Nah, keep going. You don't open the can now.
Any comments? Any other questions? Any other questions? Go ahead. I got two on the floor. Yes, it could be on any other topic now.
Okay. I pray to be I was reading on Facebook the other day. Someone had mentioned, and I don't know if it's true or not. I usually don't go by what people say, but I just was inquiring. That the reason why Job's sons were killed was because they were evil, and I didn't get that when I read that. So I thought I had saved a little post, but I guess I deleted it out my phone some kind of way, so I can't read exactly what they said. But they were saying that they was evil, and that was why Yah had saved Job's life because Yah was righteous, and what other reason would he have to sacrifice for his sons that every day if they weren't evil or whatnot? And so I guess I just wanted to understand it. I mean, because I didn't get that, so I was trying to figure out how they came to that conclusion. So hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Job, so everybody can hear. Job's sons, were they evil? Were the sons of Job evil? Yes, Sister Via.
Give our praise, our honor, our glory to the Lord of Israel. And on the Yahweh, that's hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
My question since we in this season is about tax. And I was just wondering, is there anywhere, in the scriptures or any place where mentioning of taxes? Because I was wondering, and I was reading in First Kings. I was doing some reading in that this week, and I think it was in chapter 9. And 21, where he said, and I'm going to read that part, upon those that Solomon levied a tribute of bond service unto this day. And the word levy, I was wondering, or is it some type of way tied in with taxes or anything, had anything to do with taxes or anything like that? And that's was my question about taxes.
Hallelujah. Taxes. Anything else? Yes.
I couldn't remember. I didn't go back. I was trying to think and trying to remember. Was it just someone called? What's his name or taxi or something had his name had taxes in it.
Oh, Xerxes.
Yeah.
Yes, Xerxes.
Yeah. And I thought about that name, because they had the word.
Xerxes. Xerxes. That's how it's pronounced. Xerxes. Babylonian king.
Right. That had to be taxes.
All right.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Anybody else?
I received this little piece of letter here, From a sister at my job, the elder I had told y'all about a while back that said that you gotta pray to JC so he can pretty it up and send it to y'all. And so she told me she told me to read these chapters, and I already knew about First John, so I told her I didn't have to read that because I'm already hit to that ain't nothing. But she told me to read Philippians chapter 2, verse 1 through 16, and however you say it, the Collins one, chapter 1, verse 8 to 24, and I read it. I'm like, what did she want me to get from it? Because when I read it, I was like, I didn't get anything, so I wanted to counteract so I could give her what she's seeking, because apparently she's seeking something and she don't know how to ask me for it, I guess. So that's my question. Hallelujah.
All right. She told you that to get it all nice and presentable and tidy when you're praying to Yah, you have to put the bow on there, and the bow is in JC. He's the bow. That way the Almighty will accept that gift. Huh? Is that what she said?
A long time ago, but I guess she. And it was so funny because when she gave me the letter, she said, "God, I know y'all don't believe in this part of the Bible, but she said I want you to read that."
And what was them scriptures again? Or Philippians?
Philippians chapter 2,
Mm-hmm.
verse 1 through 16.
Mm.
The Colossians, however you say that, chapter 1.
Colossians.
Yeah, that. Colossians
1.
chapter 1, verses 8 to 24.
Uh-huh.
And then the first one was First John chapter 4, but I did a little studying on that, so I already was like, girl, that ain't nothing. I don't need to read that one because I'm already hit to that. So I just kind of shut her out. But I said, I'll check out the other two for you, but I read it. I was like, okay, what was I supposed to get from that? So,
what was the numbers on John?
I hadn't seen it. She didn't give me no number. She just said First John chapter 4.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, and it's quite simple. See, it's very simple. Well, of course, Philippians, that's Paul's letter to the Philippians. Colossians, that's Paul's letter to the Colossians. St. John, he was writing about an after fact. He's writing about an after fact, giving his perception. But let's get it. And I just glanced over all that, and I didn't see anything where it said, ask. I thought she was going to mention some other scriptures that's in here. Well, let's cut right to the chase. Let's go to Matthew 6th chapter. Because everybody else talking about how you need to pray to the Father in the name of JC, or in the name of Yeshua, or in the name of the Christ. And it's funny everybody else saying that. But let's see what he said himself. Huh? Shouldn't we see what he had to say about it himself? Huh? Well, let's see what he said. Got Matthew 6. Now, you write this down and take your list back to her.
I'll put it right on her she gave me.
Let's start. We're going to read this. Verse 1. Oh, boy. Since everybody talking about him. He said, take heed that ye do not take heed that ye do not your alms before men. Alms, that's charity, giving, to be seen of them. He says, so take heed that, you don't do your charity, give your alms, just so people can see you giving them. I'm going to give this homeless man, these $10 because everybody's standing here because I want them to see me give him $10 and say, oh, look, he gave that man $10. That's what he's saying. Don't be doing it. If you're going to do it because you know he's homeless and he needs $10. He said, otherwise, you have no reward of your Father, which is in where? Now, why you say you don't have no reward of us? Or why you say you don't have no reward of me and your Father, which is in heaven? If he involved in this, but he didn't say it at all. He said, if you do this with a pure heart, you have no. If you do it with a defiled heart, you will have no reward from your Father, who is in heaven. Did y'all catch that? So who's going to reward you if you give with a pure heart? Your Father, who's in heaven. Therefore, when you do alms, do not sound the trumpet before you, as the hypocrites do in the synagogue and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. For verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But when you do alms, let not your left hand know what thy right hand doeth. That's a little saying they have in the elders. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing. And you tell me that, Okay, I got the high on my right hand while on the left. That thy alms may be in secret, and thy Father seeth in secret himself, and shall reward thee openly. Again, who he say gonna reward you? Then look what he said. And when you pray, so he addressed charity. Now you're getting ready to address praying. When you pray, you should not be like the hypocrites. For they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. But verily I say unto you, they have their rewards. In other words, he said they love to pray, I don't know, making it a show for everybody. But didn't Daniel make it a show for everybody? Didn't he bust open his window and let people see him praying? Huh? Sometimes you're supposed to let people see you praying to the Almighty. You're never supposed to be ashamed to pray out. When I'm sitting in the lunchroom, I get my lunch. First thing I do. Folks diving in. They look over. They put their foot down. Were we supposed to join in? I don't know what you were supposed to do, but I'll give a thing myself. I give thanks a lot when I'm out in public. What are you doing? Huh? I'm in the hospital. The nurses might come in. They might see me praying. You bring them back life. You restore them back life. You bring them back health. I'm praying. So that but in this, I also understand what he's saying though, because he's speaking again to the mindset, and he's speaking again to what's behind it, because some people do things just for a show. It's not pure. So if you are doing it just for show, like I say, some people own garments and wrap themselves up, and they look like they just stepped out of Jerusalem, but it's for a show. Whatever you do, be real about it. He said, but when thou prayest, enter into your room. And so now he's getting kind of shaky. Whenever you pray, you need to go in the room and have shut the door, pray to thy Father which is in secret. And thy Father which seeth in secret shall what? Now listen to his words. He said, pray to your Father in secret, and he seeth it. And again, for the third time, it says, he shall what? And he ain't said a word about including himself in there. Or put me in there. Then, because now he ain't going to say, I'm even going to tell you what to say when you go in there and pray to the Father. I'm even going to tell you how you pray and what you say. You say this. You don't use vain repetition as the heathen do. For they think that they should be heard for very much speaking. Be not ye therefore like them. Look what he says, sister. And circle this. Circle this. For your Father knoweth what things you have need of, not want of, but what things you have need of before you even ask him. Wait a minute, what did he just say? See, this is why I love to tell him. If he was here today, y'all want to talk about the Israelites. You ain't never heard of an Israelite. You don't know where them Israelites come from. If Christ was here today, he would be companion with Israelites. One of his first places, one of his favorite places would be right here, where you at. Be sitting here. He wouldn't be seeking to go to no mega church tomorrow. Listen, because he would say, what is this y'all talking about? How can I say that? We got his own words. If you got some Bibles, this should be in red. He didn't say, I know what you have need of. He said, what? Don't have to be repetitious and vain, because your Father already know what you need before you even ask him. He said, your Father know that. Now, he's giving us a clear picture of a couple of things. I'm not your Father. I'm not the Father. And whom you need to address something to is the Father. Who can take care of you and only is the Father. So why are you asking me to come and take care of you? Uh-oh. As they say in church, glory now. He said, and after this manner, this is how you should pray. Our Father, in other words, who Father? His, all our Father, me included. Our Father, which art is in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Your kingdom come, your will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Father, give us this day our daily bread. In other words, satisfy us daily. Father, forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Father, lead us away from temptation. And Father, deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom. Didn't say ours. For yours is the kingdom. Yours is the power. Yours is the glory. For how long? Forever. Is that the manner he taught the people around him to pray? Huh? I'm asking y'all, is that the manner he taught the people around him how to pray? Well, where did he say one word of including himself? And then when you get done saying this, you got to put my name in there so that he'll hear you. Where did it say anything that he made an allusion to that? Nowhere. He's not even in the picture. This is not his instructions. Hello? And they say they follow him. They say they do what he do. Hello? Yeah. It's over. It's over. Now they don't have very much to pray for anyway. Not as a Christian. So look what it says in 19th verse. Lay not up for yourself treasures upon earth, for where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up treasures for yourself in heaven, where neither moth nor rust corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. So they don't have a whole lot to pray for it anyway. The things down here can be, that you're going to pray for can be corrupted. You wait to get the greater stuff when you fly away. Better give that to her too. As he said, for where your treasure is, there also your heart will be. That's the only one I had to give you.
This was funny.
Huh? Now let's go taxes. We're going to work in reverse order. Now, there's a little word kind of synonymous with taxes, and it's called, and what you'll see in the scriptures, and it's called a levy. See, everybody won't think taxes is something wicked from the white man. But to make things work in the functional society, you always have to have some kind of contribution, some kind of taxation, some kind of system like that. Every society I know has had that. Wicked, that white man. It's just the way he incorporates it might be wicked, because some people don't have to pay nothing. Not that they don't have to pay nothing, they don't pay nothing, but they pay very little. So his system is unjust. But if it's in a just system, then it works. It works, and it works for the good of the system, or it works for the good of everybody. Let's go to Numbers 31. Only thing we have about taxes, especially paying taxes here, is where they're going and what they're doing with it. And when they tell you pay them for something, you don't see the fruits of what you're supposed to be paying for. Your streets will be better. Well, we don't see that. Got big potholes, denting your rims, tearing up, knocking your cars out of alignment. Got potholes, got levies and taxes for school. The schools don't get no better. We can't afford books for everybody, huh? All the money that you've been taxing people, you can't afford to get no books. So they say taxes, but then it's like they said, it's taxation without representation. People holler about, people die for the right to vote. And if you don't vote, you can't complain. I said, as long as I'm paying taxes, I can complain. So that's the language they understand more than anything is money. So as long as they pulling money out of my check, which I labor for, I can't complain about what they're doing with my money. Ain't nothing about no vote. If they pulling that money out, they taking them ducats out, I can complain all day long. See, y'all might starting to show the thing about their vote. Huh? The governor of Virginia, the lieutenant governor of Virginia, and the next man in line, they all Democrats. And the two of them, the one is a brother, but he's facing his own adversity. But the two that everybody went out and campaigned for, that you can't find Mr. The former president with a search warrant to speak on him, because he went out and campaigned for him. Guess what you found? You found him in a nice yearbook with blackface on, standing next to somebody with a Klan hood on. And they said, oh, this is so many years ago. Then the one little fellow said, first, he said, yeah, that was many years ago, and it might have been me. Now he said, that ain't even me. He just don't try to go all the way back. That wasn't even me. that ain't even, that just, we don't even know who that is. He said, I do it. I like black people. I was trying to go look like Michael Jackson one year. Then they said the other night he was going to even do the moonwalk to try to show people how much he liked Michael. And the white grabbed him and said, don't do that. Don't embarrass yourself no more than you already embarrassed. And then somebody made the great observation, though. Now, if you going to try to go look like Michael Jackson, you could have stayed white to do that. That's right. Come on, then, was not dark skinned. He certainly wasn't blackface. Mike tried everything to look like white man. So you could have slicked your hair back and put a little curly thing there, put a glove on, and been closer to Michael Jackson if that's who you was going to try to imitate, being white. They knew what they did. Huh? And that's why Trump said that's dreadful. That's shameful. And he want all of them out anyway because they all Democrats. Huh? So he using it for politics. Ain't that he care about black people feel. He using it for political reasons. But yes, these are friends of blacks that came from, this is what I do. Yeah. See? So they say, who laughs last? Who gonna be laughing last? Who gonna be talking last? Y'all always keep talking about they don't vote, they crazy, they don't. Yeah, they don't mind when he get done showing and proving, we gonna see who crazy. Just hold on to what you know, but we gonna see who crazy. That's what he meant. I got to show you this, because everybody also talking about going home. I got to show you this. That's what he meant. Hold this page. We ain't going off taxation. But hold this page. See, that's what he meant in Deuteronomy. There's things that got to be shown. When Mama said, people don't believe a black cow can get white milk. Till they see it. Look what Yah says. Deuteronomy 32, verse 36. I ain't waiting on just no dates. I'm reading this. I'm trying to see the signs of the time. Creator says, "For Yahweh shall judge his people. He gonna judge us, and bethink himself for his servants. When he see that their power is gone, and there is how much? None. There's not an ounce left in them. There's not nothing shut up or left. There's nothing that they can believe in anymore to think will get them out of their dilemma. Civil rights, marching, voting, Democratic Party, Republican Party, Independent Party. their financials, how they can pull as a nation, pull all their finances together. Not saying not to have the finance, but he's saying when you think this is what's going to save you, I'm going to show you that there is nothing beyond me that can save you out of this situation you're in. You can vote till man go back on the moon. Pull all your resources from one shining sea to shining sea. Buy all the guns you want to buy. The day you realize I'm going to strip you to the core, to the part and the point you realize you only have one thing to do, and that's cry out. Cry out. As a nation travail, as a woman in pain. To me, be in your darkest hour. And say, Yah, come help us. Like your forefathers did. When I see all your power is gone, and there is none left, nor shut up, then will I come and save with fury poured out and vengeance upon my enemies. That's the time you know we're going back home. Let's go back to Numbers. This man haven't reached that point. This nation haven't reached that point. They're not there. Oh, that's just one. He just made a mistake. We just get the next person and put them in line. We'll try the sister. Time for a woman to be president. We'll try her. Numbers 31, look at verse 25. Yah spoke unto Moses, saying, take the sum of the prey that was taken, both a man and a beast, thou and Eleazar the priest, and the chief fathers of the congregation, and divide the prey into two parts, between them that took the war upon themselves, who went out to battle, give them a part, and between all the congregation, you give them a part. That's how you divide it. You give them the two parties, you divide it down the line. Them that took the war and put their life in jeopardy by going out and fighting, and then there's a part for all the people to have. He said, and levy, a levy is is another term for a taxation. Levy a tribute, because that's what a tribute is. Tribute is when you put a tribute, when you read the word tribute in antiquity, that meant I put a tax on people. I put a tribute on this king. He had to pay me so much money. That's his tribute. Levy a tribute unto Yah of the men of war which went out to battle. One soul, when they get theirs, so in other words, what he's saying, when you divide this in two, all the prey, we're going to divide it in two. We give a half or a portion to them that went out to war, and then another portion for all of Israel. When you give the men their portion that went out to war, levy a tribute on them of what they get. You see it? And what's the tribute? 1 soul of 500, both of persons and beeves, and of the asses, and of the sheep. Take it of their half, and give it to Eleazar the priest for the what? Heave offering of Yahweh. And of the children of Israel, their half, thou shalt take 1 portion of 50 of the persons, of the beeves, of the asses, of the flocks, and of all manner of beasts, and give it to the Levites, which shall keep the charge of the what? Tabernacle. Because you levy things, that's how you raise funds to keep things up, keep things going. So taxes is not some invention from the wicked white man.
Yeah.
We had it, but it's to keep what they doing is wicked because they don't use it like they should use it. They put taxes in their pocket, and you and me that pay it never see the benefits of what we gave it for. Here, because it's a righteous system, we were going to see the benefits. If righteous men worked, we were going to see it was going towards good things. First Kings, 5th chapter. Yes, the 13th verse. It says, so King Solomon raised a levy out of what? First Kings, 5th chapter. First Kings, 5th chapter. 13th verse. Yes. So King Solomon raised a levy out of what? All Israel. And the levy was 30,000 men. And he sent them to Lebanon, 10,000 a month by their course. A month they were in Lebanon, 2 months at home, and Adoniram was over the levy. That's how he got his quota for soldiers. It's a levy, taken out, taken away. This levy just happened to be in the currency of men. But a levy nevertheless. The 9th chapter. And the 21st verse. He talked about it, the levy. So yes, you always, this was a practice. This is how you kept aqueducts, which were waterways. This is how you kept certain things going. Like I said, taxation, never voting. It was taxation that drove America to become America. They weren't mad because they couldn't vote. The Boston Tea Party happened because of taxation. And they said, we being taxed. We being taxed at an enormous rate. Then we ain't getting nothing for it. So that's when they had the Boston Tea Party. It's not a party where everybody came and drank tea. That's a party that was when they threw the Boston, that's when they threw the tea, the currency that was making the British Empire rich. They threw it overboard and destroyed it. And they said, if we can't get, for the tax that you taxing us, if we can't get representation, then we'll destroy all this. And then that's what started the British American War. They went to war. Had never had nothing to do with no voting. So yeah, taxes, ain't nothing wrong with paying the taxes. And do we have to pay taxes? Yeah. It's the wicked man and this wicked system, they just have control over it. Any comment on that?
I just wanted to, I really just wanted to make sure I was, when I was reading and studying, that I had the understanding of what I was reading and somebody said, so bring that.
Hallelujah.
Another question.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I really don't want to ask this question. But okay. All through the year, we are knocking out building against this dollar. All through the year, we give a 10 what I do of my earnings on my job all through the year. Every paycheck, try to make sure that I give a 10. And then tax time comes from here. And I know that all Yahweh gives us, we give back. Will we be in error? Or if we didn't give a 10 for that? You get your tax money and you get the tax, paid.
So they took out, so because what happened, the construct of it is they took out some, and it was all yours. Then they pinched off some. Then they, at the end of the year, gave you back what they pinched off from you. Some of what they pinched off from you. Yeah. They ain't get it all back. But they gave you back some of what they pinched off from you.
Don't use the back part. You use last week.
Yeah, boy, what was that going on? So if I got, that's why you press hard. say, oh, that's what I got. That's what I got. And then when I made that, they decided to get them $10 of that. So that's all mine. That's what I made. That's all mine. But then they took their little $10 and ran with it. And so this is what I came home with. And so at the end, they come back at the end, they say, hey, no, we took $10 back, took $10 out, and we gonna give you 7 of it back. So you're getting 7 of it back. And as brother said, you don't get all of it back. You're getting 7 of it back. But what happened is, I never got a chance, realistically. And I know you got to follow this. Because when I got this, after they took theirs out and did this, when I got this, paying a 10th, I gave the Almighty that, right? Huh? Y'all follow me? Am my math fuzzy? Was it good? All right. So I gave him that, right? And I gave him that based on this. So I never got a chance to give him nothing off of this. You see where I'm going? So when they finally gave me this back, which they should have done, which I should have had originally, when I finally got a chance to give it back, I say to myself, well, I never really gave him, so maybe I want to give him a portion of this as well. Because the overall portion I should have been able to give was 10. Due to the fact that they even kept some of it, closest I can come to that is I get this from giving back from there. Because I can't do nothing about that other portion that they didn't give back to me. So if you want to whip around what they give you and pull off of that, because you're still giving what you started off with right there. Yes, ma'am.
When we do get our earnings from our job, should it be best that if we would give out of our gross, then we would be giving our honest tithe? I mean, although that you just get your net, but if you give out of your gross, would you be giving your honest tithe then? Because I was told that by one of the Morays that I don't know if you were trying to shout at me or not, but you think you're giving your honest tithe, but you're not, because you're not giving out of your gross. You should get out of your gross instead of your net. So you ain't really giving your honest tithe.
Well, you giving out of what you have, your increase. If you ain't got no increase, if that ain't your increase, then you're giving out that's what tithe is from. Tithe is from your increase.
That's what I thought. So, okay.
That's why I said what I get. That's why I said that this little part right here, I can't give that because that never was my increase.
Right.
It's whatever I increased in.
That's what I thought, and I was told that I wasn't being honest because I wasn't getting out of my growth. So take that analogy and say if you did and then tax time did come around, then you might feel like, well, I done gave out of my growth, so I don't.
Well, if you gave out of that, then you gave out of everything that you had, so you wouldn't have to double back around. Yeah, because you get everything.
If you did it like that, then
yeah, you gave you gave out of everything,
all right.
even what you didn't see, because you didn't see some of that which they ultimately you didn't see that, but you still gave. Because the brother said they don't give you everything back. They got a little scale of what they give back to you, what they regulate to give back to you.
Then you could get like if you did do it like they got your growth, then when your tax time did, but it did come around, then maybe you could that could be an offer. You know,
That could be an offer.
You know, you couldn't call it.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't call it tithe.
It'd be like an offer. It'd be like an offer. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You just said something that made me think. You said you're giving out of your increase, right? Is that the same as saying giving out of what you profited? Meaning, like say if it was a business, like what you've increased or what you came up on your own, like minus your overhead, basically. That's what I'm asking.
That which you have brought in. And see what it is, it's a little bit the way let's look at the spirit of it. Let's go to Genesis 28. So this is where I always like to, when I'm dealing with, this is where I always like to go. Like I said earlier, the mind, this is where I always like to go. Because see, the way systematically is set up and the way going again to the mind, it's a little different. All right? Because the mind and the spirit you're about to get from our father Jacob versus today. And even though I just showed we had taxes and everything. But that's why when it says, and see, that's why so many things contradict when it says one nation under God. But this nation will never be together because we're not one nation under God, because we're not under the same almighty power. Because in Israel, the first thing that was always supposed to be first was truly the Most High Yah. Before any system, before any regulatory thing, the first thing that was supposed to govern everything, kings, princes, judges, system, was the Almighty Yah. So he would do everything first. And the reason why I say that this kind of messes with us a little bit here is because with that kind of control, we could control how things are stipulated first. Being here and working with most of us, by the time we see whatever we see, other hands have already been through it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm probably broke as a joke because I would make this demonstration, but I know I'm probably broke as a, yeah, we ain't even gonna look in there. But I want to make my point to a degree, so we're gonna do it. We do it kids. I need 3 role players. Who want to role play with me? My engineer, come here. I didn't even know my youngest was there. Come on then. Y'all don't know that's part of his talent. I think he's acting. Come on, my engineer, come on. Need one more. Come on, young lady. Now he works hard. Hold hand up. 1, 2, 3. That's money. All right. That's money. Now I'm gonna give you this. Give it to her. Okay. Keep that. Now all of this is hers, but I gave it to him. Give it to her. Where I directly gave all of his to him. Now directly getting all of his, he has the power to what? Distribute how he want to. Right. All of this was hers, but she don't have the power to do with all of what she got. She don't have the power to distribute it how she wants to because he withholding some of hers before she even get it. So now when he want to go and start paying stuff, because he have autonomy, he can distribute, he can make decisions on what he do with it first. I want to hold out, boom, boom, to the side. Then I want to work with this and distributing, making this go the rest of the way. You see what I'm saying? Control, mind, control. She don't necessarily have that freedom because she's had to go through him. Y'all staying with me? Yeah. Okay. And I'm the big dog. I'm not him. So when I say big, I'm the big man. I'm not him, but I'm the big man. I'm in heaven. So with a mindset of first appeasing him that give it to him, he has the power to put me completely first with all of what he has. So he can come to me with all of what he has and give to me. Putting me first. System where she had to go through him, she can come to me with what? What she's been given. You see? Because he's already finished off of it. Taken off of it. So she come to me, she said, hey, I'm coming to you, and I'm coming to you, and I'm giving you this off of what I've been given. Then he said, well, you know, we like to get things bumped up at a certain time of year. So we're gonna piece off and we're gonna give you a little bit more. See, she's working, it's not direct, it's indirect. This is also going back to the Almighty, what he said when he tried to liberate what you have control over, you can work with directly. That's why the goal is always control. Speaking this to speaking, even talking about renting. You're a renter, but the goal should always be ownership. You buy your vehicle, but the goal should always be to purchase. Because once you purchase it, once it's yours, then you can now maneuver it how you choose to maneuver it. Once you always go in secondhand, you always getting, but you always have the influence of someone else. So even in my business, thank you. Y'all give them a round of applause. And then my sister said in the back, even in my business, doing my bookkeeping and getting my books together, I can always see what I got in. And yes, I know I got all that overhead, and I know I got all this, and I know I got all that. But I have, within my business, the ability to redirect and put things where I want to put them in priority. I want to put them in and start chopping them down like that. And that is why this was the spirit. We in Genesis 28, verse Genesis 28. Genesis 28, 20 to 22. And Jacob vowed a vow, saying, if Elohim be with me. This is the other thing when we're going into things. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But you have to pray. Be gifted. Know your talents. But you have to pray the Almighty bless you. Have to pray His hand be with you. Have to pray He stay with you. Have to pray He keep His word. And His word was, if you serve me, that I will give you the desires of your heart. That I will be with you in all things. These things you must rehearse in His ears and believe them yourself. You must have the divine within your life. Your business is not something in this society. Yes, your business is your business. But in our thinking, our business is not our business. If y'all not involved in it, it can collapse very quickly. Our homes is not our homes if y'all's presence is not there by all inhabitants on that similar page. Or our home will collapse very quickly. That's the difference in our minds. That's what we struggle with as Israelites in captivity, making the mind over the matter. But the mind must be to carry Yahweh everywhere we go, because that's when we will fail, when we don't carry Him everywhere we go. And in everything we do. All my problems, the root cause to them, especially today, if they're not nothing way back before I knew the Almighty. But even then, the root cause of everything that I do today that's a problem in my life is because I did not carry the Almighty into that situation. For He does no wrong. He makes no mistakes. He is not corruptible. He is righteous and true and just all the time. And His promise has been that He will give you the heritage of your father, Yaakov. And that is to ride upon the high places of the earth. He didn't say the land, the high places of the earth. That's why brothers and elders and prophets have been able to ascend even in captivity. Can't run no business in the Almighty is not there. That's why Murray put up in the shop. No profanity, no pork. He had a sign, no profanity, no pork, and there was something else written on there. How you gonna tell me what I can come in here? This is my business. And I'm blessed with this business by the hand of the Most High Yah. That's how I can tell you not only you can't come in here and eat no pork. Oh, that barber shop down the street. Plenty of them. If that offends you so much. But the Almighty was in his business. So as a businessman, I have autonomy. I have a little side business when I paint. Do a house, $900. Just throwing it out there. Well, unlike what I do when I go to work, when I get that $900 right off the tip, I'll fold away $90. That's yours. Now, see, my job, I can't do that because they already, that's why I'm going to when I get what I get, I'm getting it secondhand. They already done pissed off of it. Yeah. But when I do that, my figure is, what I'm going to make in, first thing I break off is, let's take this out. Yeah. I charge them $1,000. Well, I'm only going to make $900 because $100 of this already gone. That goes to the Almighty. Now I made a profit of $900, but I thought you got down. Yeah, $900 is what I got because I already gave him his, and that's different from when I get my weekly check. Because, like I said, FICA don't matter. Everybody already got their hands on it, so I'm working with what I'm getting. But when it's mine, I have autonomy over it. I do with it as I see fit. Then I start breaking down my expenses. What I paid this month for payment, or maybe this brother worked with me and I gonna give him something. And then, but this is why you budget, and this is why you come up with what you come up to charge the person with. All that factors in. Should factor in. Because this is what our Father said. He vowed about saying, if you will be with me, because I can't succeed without you. And I've been praying that prayer now for 3 months with great sincerity. I know Christ said don't be repetitious, but I've been repetitious. I cannot succeed without you. If you be with me and keep me in this way that I will go. Because you need the Almighty to keep you following him. This can get very arduous, where you throw your hands up and say, man, I don't know if I could do this anymore. I'm at my wit's end. I think it'd be better if I just try a different way. Maybe not be so sincere with the Sabbath day. Maybe I see other people, they're not real sincere. They don't get out and go like I do. They're not very concerted about making an effort to serve y'all like I'm doing. And they seem to be doing just as fine as I'm doing. And maybe sometimes they're doing better. So maybe I can relax. I can relax myself a little bit. I can pull back a little bit. Yeah. And you start pulling back. 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 And the next thing you know, you done went all the way back. And you can't go forward no more. You know what you got to do when you want to start pulling back? You got to pray. Like David prayed. You got to ask Yah, snap me back in my place. Keep me in this way. He said, but if you will do that, and remember this is vow, if you will do that, first thing I do, if you give me bread to eat, raiment to put on, so that I come again to my Father's house in peace, then shall Yahweh be my Elohim. Now, a lot of people talking about he the Elohim. But what you gonna do to show it? This is why he told them, as we read earlier, get them that's of a willing heart to bring the stuff to me. Let them show me who minds. Huh? Because when you somebody, you don't mind doing something for them. You ain't got to be prodded and poked and drawn out with life. You don't mind. It's easy. And even when it's not easy, you think about them. My children, I don't mind cooking for them, cleaning for them, feeding because they mine. Why you do it? Because he's mine. If you will do this, then shall Yahweh be my Elohim. And look what he had right there. This stone, which I have set for a pillar, shall become the house. Just a little stone right now. It will become the house of Elohim. And at the house of Elohim, this segue back because got that question a few weeks ago. At the house of Elohim, of all, what did he say?
All that thou shalt give.
Of all that you will give me, and all last time I checked, that meant what?
Everything.
Everything. Of all that you give me, all I'm able to bring in, all that you give me, all I'm able to handle, of that, I will what? Surely give you a what? A tenth of it. Of all that you give me, I can't find in my heart to give you back a slice. That's the mind. Then I can start taking care of everything else. Fathers never had to worry about, let me give y'all first. I don't have enough to give everybody else, and then I eat too. No, let me give y'all first. Then I got enough to give to you. I got enough to give to you. I got enough to give to you, and I'm going to eat. We all going to eat out here. But let's give him first. For the bounty which he gave in all of us to benefit. So like I said, when I do my little things, like I said, I charge for a house. First thing I rip off is that percentage that go to him. Then and like I said, because that's what the Almighty do, then he'll open your mind. That's why I charged it like that. Man, I thought that was on the high end. No, it wasn't on the high end. I first knew I had to pay the Almighty. Then I knew I had to pay you. Then I knew I had to pay these expenses. Then I knew I had to, you see what I'm saying? Now the blessing is like a conduit. The blessing can flow. He shall reward. He shall go first. He shall reward. Now the blessing can flow. Brother Abraham. See, 47 years, and I'm just now learning economics. What school you go to? School of Yahweh. I'm just now getting it. And what I told you, it don't matter about what people think, how people think you brilliant you are. Well, you can be brilliant in a lot of things, but you ain't never learned that brilliant that you know everything. And you got to, and when there's something that you don't know, you got to be like a kindergarten. You got to go to school. You got to base yourself and learn from ground zero. Humble yourself. But let me tell you something. It's going to be a feather in your cap. I'm learning what money is, what money does, the language of it. The Almighty is teaching me that. Crash course, credit, He's teaching me that. You talking about stuff? I said, no, I'm not. I'm talking about stuff to improve our lives. Get out of that old rut. And was the sons of any comment on that? When y'all hang your heads like that, I don't know sometimes. Y'all be scared. I'm tired of being just a baller. Just to be in somebody's rat race. If I borrow, like I said, if I borrow, I want to start borrowing now with the keys to success to flip that script. Yes, ma'am.
Praise God. I didn't get Brandon's question. I know I heard that, but I didn't get his question.
I was asking, basically, what is to be considered your increase? And like when you go out and you make your money, you work or whatever, but what, if any, like, is there a difference in what the portion is that is to be considered what your increase is? You know what I'm saying?
You work for yourself.
Well, when you working, period. You know what I mean? Like whether you working for yourself or you working at a job, because not all your money really goes towards your personal profit. You know what I'm saying? So I was asking if there's a difference between that, but in the lesson it all got cleared up.
Let's go to Job. Were the sons of Job evil? As they say, it's a teaching out there because one person believe in it, two people believe in it, two people believe in it, five believe in it, five believe in it, 10 people believe in it. Was the sons of Job evil? So it's teaching. So that's what we're going to deal with. Because if they wasn't evil, then the Almighty wouldn't have killed them. Huh? And they didn't get it either, not from the scriptures. Not from the scriptures. Well, that don't mean nothing to me. Nowadays, that don't mean nothing to me. Yeah. For people to mess up the Almighty word with Israelites, with Israel. So, in fact, they still messing it up today, don't they? That's just a continuance of what's been going on. Let's start the first chapter. It says there was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, or Ayub. And that man was perfect and upright. And he feared Elohim, and he hated evil. Eschewed, meaning hate. And there were born unto him 7 sons. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters. Now, did they mention a word about his daughters? Let me ask that right now. Did they mention a word about his daughters being evil?
No.
See, right there, they strike one.
Right.
They just said all his sons are evil. Ain't that something? But he had 7 sons and 3 daughters. But all the boys, they just evil. Huh? But all the boys don't want to see, then why the girls lose their life? And his substance also was 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camel, 500 yoke of oxen, 500 she asses, and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all men in the east. In other words, he was very rich. And his sons went out and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for the 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. And it was so when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Iob sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. So how many burnt offerings would he be given? 10. And then look why he did it. For Job said, it may be, not that it was, it may be that my sons have sinned. Because as Solomon said, there's not a just man that lives on this earth and sinneth not. And Job did what they talk about elders doing all the time today, old elders. And that is old elders often say, you will hear them say, I pray for my son. I pray for him. Somebody got to pray for him. I don't know what he's doing, but I pray for him. This is what they used to always say, I pray for him. So he said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed Elohim in their hearts. Thus Job did continually. He did this on their behalf because he didn't know them having left his home, able to live in under their own roof, do how they want to do. He didn't know exactly if they stayed with everything that he had given them or if they had strayed from it. So he knew his position with the Most High, and he would offer prayers, hoping the Almighty would hear his voice and regard his prayers for foolishness that they might have engaged in. Because as Proverbs 22:6 says, turn there. Proverbs 22:6. Says, train a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. But our children, that part of letting them spread their wings and that part of raising them. You do the best you can with them. But you gotta let them, you gotta turn them loose. Can't hold them hostage. And when you turn them loose, hey, little here, little there. You just know that you did your best to equip them with being in this world. But when they go off, they're going to go off and be responsible for their own thing. You just hope they can, if they mess up, you just hope they can come back to what's right. And you pray that. And that's all Job was doing here. He did it constantly because the prayers of the righteous availeth much. So he prayed for his children. Now, why were the children taken then? Because the story is self-explanatory. Why was the children taken? Let's go down to verse 9. We'll find out why the children were taken. Verse 9. Then Satan answered Yah and said, does Job fear Elohim for nothing? He asked him a question. Does he fear you for nothing? I believe the only reason why he ever does and fears you is because everything that you do for him and have done for him, have given him. That's the only reason why he feared you. If you wouldn't have gave him all this stuff, he didn't have all this stuff, he wouldn't fear you. He wouldn't serve you. He only serve you because he like fair weather friend. You give him a reason not to and he won't. Have you made verse 10, have you made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he have on every side? Have you blessed the work of his hands? You see that going back to Father Jacob? Have you blessed the work of his hands? And his substance is increased in the land? But put forth your hand now and touch all that he has. And if you do that, I guarantee you, he'll curse you to your face. And Yah said unto Satan, behold, all that he have is in your power. Only upon himself put not forth your hand. And so Satan went from the presence of Yah. And given this power to do so, there was a day when his sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in the elder brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Yayob and said, the oxen were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabaeans fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain thy servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Now let's ask questions. Now, having read that, was the oxen, were they wicked? Were the asses wicked? Was all the servants wicked?
Not at all.
Well, then why they die? Why were they slain?
It was an almighty permission.
While they was just speaking, another came and said, fire from Elohim is fallen from the heavens and have burnt up the sheep and the servants and consumed them. And I only am allowed to escape. Them sheep, they must have been some wicked sheep. Bad sheep. And while he was speaking, there came another and said, the Chaldean made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels, and had carried them away. Yea, the slain of thy servant, and slain thy servant with the edge of the sword. And I only am allowed to escape. Them camels must have been monsters. While he was yet speaking, there came another and said, your sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. They were the last one to perish. Everything else perished before them. Now, was all that evil and wicked? No. Because the context of it was not that they were evil and wicked. It was to say, take what this man have. When the thought about it being evil or wicked, take what he had in life. Take what he have in life, like you do most people. And it's enough to deter him from serving you. That's what this was about. It wasn't about all those things being evil or wicked. It was about take what he have in life, what he is known to be blessed for, all his blessings. Take that away from him and you won't have a servant. He'll do like most men do, and that's run from you. No, his son wasn't evil and wicked inherently. They make mistakes like other men. Yeah, I can say that because the scriptures say all men make mistakes. Who were they evil and wicked? How could they be evil and wicked and be raised by a man that hated evil and wicked? I didn't say he didn't dislike it. I said he hated it, disdained it. And he taught them to disdain it. I don't serve Christ. He's nothing. All my children have a mind that he's nothing. Uh-oh. We don't eat no pork. All my children have a mind not to eat anything undefiled, presumptuously. How can you lay on charge that they was evil and the scripture and it's not even saying that? That's why I said everybody that opens up the book don't understand. And definitely don't need to be trying to teach nobody else nothing. They need to be sitting down somewhere being taught. Because that's how you get a whole lot of confusion. Around the word of the Almighty. Because nowhere can they establish that school and that line of thought. Anywhere in the book of Job. Because that's all I got to ask them. What about them sheep? What about them camels? What about them asses? What about them servants? You telling me everybody around him then, everything around him was evil and wicked, and you contradicting the whole outline of the book. Because the Almighty said he was blessed. And everything around him was blessed. You see how quickly people can mess up the word of the Almighty. The comments on that. Any comments on that? All right. Y'all understood that? Oh, yeah. Who getting their space travel ticket? Ain't nobody getting their space travel ticket? Yeah, y'all ain't getting your space travel ticket? Huh? Y'all don't want to be up there by the end. Y'all know they said they can get up there as soon as the end of this month. The first public trip, they already got superstars and rap stars and athletes. Them paid $250,000 for a trip, for a 20-minute trip. They're breaking the plane out, is barely breaking the atmosphere out of space. They showed it though. You in space? People like, ain't going to space. Yeah, you in space. You down the word of y'all. Y'all said it would happen. Now you ain't up there like Star Trek or nothing, light speed. But they in outer space and go around a little 20 minutes and then they get you right down here. And old boy said, we can fire up more of these jets. We're going to build some more and the price will come down and come down. The more we can build. Y'all don't want to go, y'all don't want to go out of space? Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Israelite congregation. Boldly go, no man can go. You were right. We ain't going back there again either. We get up there, that bad boy fall apart. Hey, we laughing, but let me tell you something. I will tell you, the world is changing before your eyes. Stuff you've been watching on TV, the world is changing. Like I said, you got the little man, you got the little spaceships going up, because that's what you call them now. You got the spaceships going up, and on the West Coast, they already done tunneled out and got that high-speed train that's running underground. And They're like something like them little shows you see on TV where they just get in and they be,
Yeah.
they already got that thing tunneled out. I can't think of the boy's name right now, but he already got it tunneled, got a funny name, he's a foreigner. Musk, that's right. That's right. And I mean that thing moved. And it's underground, it just moved. He said, you don't want to drive on these highways in LA and all this where it's congested. You just come on down here and you just pay it, and we done dug this thing, and it'll get. And I mean, it moves. Changing. Changing. See, in the little shows, it's always a hint. And what I've been telling you as we close out, that's what I've been telling y'all today. So we must ourselves do this. The mind. In their little shows. And what I said, I don't watch TV just to watch TV. In the shows, they show you their mind. When they be making this stuff, don't sit there and just be entertained. They showing you their mind. The little robots. And the fascination with zombieism. Man, they got something they're probably ready to drop in the midst of society. And it will make people just be, It ain't gonna take much. You'll wake up, people be all over your front line. And you come outside, hey, that's Randy. Randy go grab him for your neck and trying to bite your face out like that man did down in Florida. Talking about he was on bass off my foot. They hit that man with something and turned it into something that nobody ain't seen in their life. Said all the police down there, they were scared. They were horrified. They suffered from PTSD. They said it was unlike anything they ever seen. They done seen some of everything. They said that man was out of this world. People can keep on saying crazy, but there's gonna be some times people gonna live in. They gonna, like the scripture say, they gonna be wish they had went the way of all flesh and got the chance to sleep. Because this wicked man knows no limits. And as he know he's going, his job is to take a whole heck of a lot of creation with him. They have. I heard the other day, and I got to write this stuff down. They have something akin to that little movie that they made called the Geostorm. They're trying to disrupt things. My brother down in Atlanta tell me they got something where they're trying to block out the sunlight.
They do that.
A shield. Yeah, they've been doing, but they got something now where they're trying to come up with some kind of to block it out. You know, might never lie when he said this man will say, he will ascend to the heights. I will be like the Most High. The Almighty book don't lie. You can sit around and talk about, I don't believe that, but okay, keep on not believing it. The Almighty ain't never put a word in here. From Genesis to Malachi. Let me make it clear. He ain't put a word in here from Genesis to Malachi that had failed. Keep living. As Alicia say, you see things that make a brass monkey cry. Be so many things the Almighty give me privilege to hear and see, my ear be falling off. They abandoned the old treaty with Russia and United States. So now the nuclear arms race is on full-fledged. I bring these things to you only to make you informed. They getting ready, believe it or not, they getting ready to force vaccination. Measles have broke out. Measles have broke out. And it's real bad. There's only one way we can keep this thing. There's only one way now to really keep this in check. Vaccination.
Doing it in Cleveland.
In some places, they already making it very mandatory. You don't, we can't service you. But that's a little bit why I taught today. Maybe that's a little bit why y'all might give me the spirit today. Because we got to move on that. Me included. We got to move on this. Because as I said, there is no hope. As I close, there is no hope in the dying world of the Gentiles. But you and I are supposed to know that this thing is dying. We're supposed to know that this beast is ready to be slain. We're supposed to know that his time and his dividing of time is coming to an end. So we're supposed to be trying to escape him. Come away from him. I have much work to do. And I need people that's ready to work with me. When I say that, I mean that's whom I need to put around me. Because I have much work to do. And as David said, he desired to build the house. And if he couldn't build that, then let his son build it. But there's much work to be done. This ain't no light thing to talk about the restoration of Israel. Because it starts with the hardest thing. And that is the heart, that is the mind and the spirit of the people. But we're supposed to know that the economic system is crumbling. We're supposed to know there's not going to be no jobs, even for them. So they can't offer you nothing. But when there never was nothing, the Almighty always blessed his people way out of nothing.
Yeah.
Got to revolutionize our minds and the minds of our children. That's why I say this ain't church. This is serious. This is life. Moses didn't say this is your religion. He said this is your life, the length of your days. Everything about it is real. You reading pages, but you got to make these pages. You got to accept these pages and put them in practice and make this real life. This was somebody's real life. They want to tell you fictitious. Let them tell. But this was somebody's real life. These people existed. These events happened. It ain't for the Gentile to accept this as literal. Is he a Gentile? This for you. This your record. This for you to accept literally. Sister Avia?
Praise God. I just wanted to say, comment on what you were saying. You know, when we read the scriptures, or when I read the scriptures, or for all of us, when we read the scriptures, we should put ourselves in the story. You know, and that's how I do. I put myself right there. You know, and those, like you said, those words and the story and the testimony, they all jump out. You know, they jump out at you. You know, and you really feel like that moment that you there. You know, and you know, you can get engulfed, and you should. You know, that's all I want to say. You should get engulfed, and when you read, you know, make yourself one of the characters. You know, I sat there looking too. You know, I was
Yes, ma'am.
at the river or wherever they was.
That's
know,
right.
I learned to do that when I first, you know, came, you know, to get some understanding and knowledge, and that helped me. You know, when I got in the story for myself, you know, and I felt it. So praise God.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And what I told him, I said, yeah, I'm a time traveler. What? I'm a time traveler. I've been in the past. I'm in the present. I can even go to the future. I'm a time traveler. Anytime I open up this book. And she said, I was at the waters of miracle. The waters of strife. Then they manifest how real they are when I come out of there, out of the pages, and I come and I have to walk amongst these people because I see the same thing, same spirit. But our mind, if anything, today's thing, our minds. Our minds. They're a great weapon. They set the course. It's like the rudder on the ship. It helps to set the course. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
For the young people, I can't stress that enough. Yours are even younger than some of us that's been here. Develop that. Develop that. Now say this, just like they say that's a fallacy. David couldn't have killed no lion, bear with his bare hands. But you heard about the Gentile. David sure enough could have did it. But you heard about the Gentile who killed that mountain lion with his bare hands? Choked it out. Choked it out. Huh? You got a mind to, they had a mind to survive. Yes, he could. Had a mind to survive and understood the fundamental thing about all life, and that's all life needs breath. Huh? You get that nozzle and clamp down on the dog. You get that nozzle and clamp down on it. Guess what he gonna do? Or put that hand over his nose, plug up his nose. I don't care how much of a bite he got on you. You put that nose, plug that nose up. Guess what he gonna do? Because you gotta breathe. You grab that knife. No, I'm not. I ain't gonna say what because Peter might come back. I'll tell y'all off camera. But there are ways to subdue a beast. I don't care how big it is. When your mind know what to do, that beast is like any other thing that lives and breathes. That's why the scripture says, let everything that breathes praise Yah. Because that's the foundation of his life. So if that Gentile had enough sense to choke it out like he was in the MMA wrestling match, you better believe David knew what to do to subdue a lion and a bear. to survive. And when you want to survive and your mind is strong, you'll be shocked what you'll do. Like I told them, that's how I learned to swim. I told y'all that story over and over. At that pool party, the white boy came by, you know, hey! Yeah, I went right, and I'm going down, it's getting darker. The further I go down, it's getting darker. Some said, do you want to live? I want to live. It said, start kicking. There was a lot of splashing, but I came back up to the surface, a lot of water everywhere. It wasn't pretty, wasn't going to win no form. But guess where I'm at today? Standing right here, telling y'all about the story. Huh? Yeah. Huh? Then the mind said, this water ain't so bad. I jump back in here. Huh? Trail water, yeah. Huh? But it was in the mind. I either gave up. I made my mind up to get with it. And that day I made my mind up to get with it, Jack. They spent hundreds of dollars on swimming lessons. That didn't work. Who would have known? All they had to do was push me off the edge. And I would have learned how to swim. If there are no other comments for today, I want to thank everybody for your undivided attention. I pray that the Sabbath day was fruitful for us all. We received something we can use to help us, make us better. Be blessed of Yah, each and every one of you. Hallelujah. But now let us stand. Likewise, everybody that's on the internet and viewing us. Pray that you receive blessings from this day. Hallelujah.